show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. I'ma act a fool. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this.
Hey, yo, what's gaming players? It's your boy, Disney Sharp Man, back out here on this Madden NFL 21 franchise mode. And we are here with the third and final game here in this Thursday schedule for week 12. And we have ourselves a good one in the AFC North division. The AFC North leading Baltimore Ravens, who have been playing their best football yet. They're currently leading the division. They're looking to continue playing good football as they are in Pittsburgh to take on the 7-3 Pittsburgh Steelers. Now for Pittsburgh, their 3 losses that they had on the season was some pretty bad games, especially to Baltimore. Because in their last matchup with Baltimore, I'm going to show you guys. They played their last matchup in Baltimore, where the Ravens were able to beat the Steelers 34-7 because Big Ben and his offense did not play well. Big Ben threw 6 for 25 on his passes because that entire game it was just Butterfinger City. It didn't matter what that Big Ben was trying to throw to. They just kept tipping the ball every time. Every time when they catch the ball, somebody else comes over there and hit them, and they drop the ball. It was just Butterfinger City in that game. So we're going to see how the receivers turn up this game because they have a chance to get redemption against Baltimore. So we're going to see how that turns out. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they have been playing their best season. With their only loss was to Kansas City. They're trying to keep it going. They're trying to get themselves to 10-1 on the season with a win. But Pittsburgh, they're trying to seek for revenge, for a redemption. Now, if you didn't see the first 2 games here in week 12, make sure to go check it out. And make sure if you missed the first 11 weeks, make sure to go check it out as well, so you guys won't miss that. So you guys won't miss that either. So, because I know you guys have been enjoying this Madden series, because it has been amazing to watch. It has been amazing to watch, commentate and everything, because it has been a fun season. It's been a great season. Now the records between each team, we all really didn't expect. But anyways, let's head to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh for this matchup between the visiting Baltimore and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The third game here in this Thursday schedule begins.
Tonight, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's a special Thanksgiving night presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
And who even expected this? It was going to be snowing in Pittsburgh in the third game here in this Thursday schedule for week 12.
We'll see Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
It is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. They love the black and gold here in the steel setting, and a few moments ago their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens.
And also, if you didn't know, both the Ravens and Steelers are currently in the AFC playoff picture right now. They're looking to grind themselves up so they could actually clinch the playoffs.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
All right, so the Ravens, they're going to kick it out to the Steelers to start the ball game. So we will see Big Ben in that Steeler offense to start it. We're going to see how those receivers turn out in this game. And with that, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And Ryan Swisser's not going to return this one, so this one's going to be a touchback. So the Pittsburgh offense sets to begin their drive, led by Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Ready to lead them.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victor.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week.
And on the first play, they handed off to Connor. And he'll go down at the 29-yard line. And those are his stats in their last game against Jacksonville. He played great. Got into the end zone 3 times in that ball game.
3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Even though it is snowing, both teams are going to be ready to... Both teams are still going to be ready to play.
Out of the gun, it's
Roethlisberger throwing, and he finds Eric Ebron, the tight end. A gain of 7, first down Pittsburgh.
Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays, you go to them early and often.
And here's James Conner, and he goes backwards on this carry. He lost 2 that time.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And I don't know what happened there offensively for Pittsburgh on that carry. They just allowed the defense to get there. You can't do that if you're Pittsburgh, because you had a lot of trouble with this team the first time, and you don't want to have a struggle with them the second time, especially at home. And they're gonna hand it to Connor again, and this time he goes down at the 47. First down Pittsburgh.
13, it's a first down.
A good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form, because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but in 2018 he was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage that year, 1,470. They're hoping for 2018 James Conner in 2020.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger looking to throw, and he's sacked.
Too much. Down he goes.
Matt Judon, he picks up the sack.
Number 7 for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
I mean, Big Ben couldn't find any receiver open on that one.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Another try after the first down sack.
Roethlisberger, and this one's incomplete as he got hit as he tried to throw it.
It may have been a fumble.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger.
3rd and 22, and Roethlisberger gets hit again, and it's incomplete. So that brings up a 4th down for Pittsburgh.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So with that, the Steelers are going to punt it.
Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
And here's Julian Wilson on a return. And they'll bring him down right at the 28-yard line. So the Ravens set to take over possession, led by Lamar Jackson.
The Ravens offense, and at the helm, of course, the most valuable player of the NFL in 2019, Lamar Jackson.
Remember we were kids and they all said, hey, whatever you want to do, make your kid a left-handed pitcher, make them play baseball, they'll play forever. Forget that. I want a quarterback, right? That's what I want to raise. In this era where you throw it around like crazy, you put up numbers like he did in his last game.
Last week, almost 500 yards.
And here's Mark Ingram.
This is Mark Ingram.
And he'll go down at the 33, a gain of 5 yards.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
2nd and 5 for Baltimore.
On 2nd down.
Here's Ingram.
It's Ingram, and he'll get it.
And he'll go down near the 40 to the 39, and a 1st down for Baltimore.
And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson.
Jackson over the middle. He finds Hollywood Marquise Brown. And he'll go down inside the 45-yard line. 1st down Baltimore. A gain of 17.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson.
Jackson, nobody's open, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt. He gets the sack that time.
On the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down.
And here's Jackson, and he's going to find Ingram, but that goes nowhere. The Steelers were all on that one. A loss of 6. That brings up 3rd down.
Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
3rd and 22. Jackson. He's going to run with it. And he will slide down at the 46, but a gain of 10, but it's still 4th down.
You obviously have to be prepared for when you try to defend Lamar Jackson. That likely will not be the last time that we see him take off.
I love your language there, partner. You have to be prepared for it, and you work at it. But I don't care how much you prepare, it is hard as heck to execute against Lamar Jackson. Great vision,
and Switch is not going to return this one. This one's going to go in the back of the end zone. So the Steelers set to take over possession.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking.
And here's James Conner running left.
This team, right? Because
and down he goes right at the 25, gain of 5.
Out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Roethlisberger.
And open is the Ricky Chase Claypool. And he'll go down at the 37-yard line. 1st down Steelers.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And here's James Conner running left, and Conner with some space. And he'll go down across midfield and inside the 45. 1st down Steelers.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Big Ben looking to throw, and he's going to throw this one away.
Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the draw.
Here's Conner.
And he's going to get stopped up.
And he'll go down right at the 43. A gain of a yard, 3rd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger.
Right side, and it's incomplete. He was trying to go to Eric Ebron.
That you had, maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
And this one's sent away, but short, and they kept it in.
They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And Jackson, he's going to run, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He's tackled at the 2.
It really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember when playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Here's Ingram. And down he goes, getting this to the 6-yard line.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson,
and he fumbled, and the Steelers pick it up for a touchdown.
Nightmare start offensively. This will be a touchdown. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football. Place.
Chris Boswell now.
So here's Boswell to kick the extra point, and he puts it in, and it's 7-0 Pittsburgh.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground, pulling it into the end zone for 6.
What a turn of events right there. Baltimore backed up in their own territory. Lamar Jackson fumbles the football. Steelers picked it up for a touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the end zone. And down he goes, getting this near the 30 at the 29.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
They'll throw on 1st down.
Here's Jackson. Jackson looking for somebody. And that's intercepted. Mika Fitzpatrick picks it.
Get it back to right around the 27.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
So that's 2 turnovers for Baltimore. Not only a fumble, but an interception. So that's not a good start for Jackson and the Ravens.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be
A gain of 3 for James Conner. 2nd and 7.
That's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Roethlisberger. And he's going to find Juju Smith-Schuster. And down he goes at the 15-yard line. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
Yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh. After that pass to Juju Smith-Schuster.
Now
Roethlisberger, no one's open, and he's going to throw it away.
Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger.
Oh, and that one would have been intercepted.
But it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only
Big Ben. And he's sacked.
Go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So on fourth
So
down,
Boswell on for the field goal.
For the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt.
A 41-yarder for Boswell. He's got it. And he gives the Steelers a 10-0 lead.
Steelers 10, Ravens nothing.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This one's going to be returned from the end zone. And down he goes, getting this near the 30 to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown.
Jackson, and that one's knocked away.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away.
And here's Jackson. He's going to run.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
He picks up a gain of 5, and now it's 3rd down.
They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd down.
So now it's 3rd down for Baltimore.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. This time, Jackson will throw it.
Jackson over the middle to Julian Wilson. And he's got a Baltimore 1st down inside of midfield at the 48. A gain of 18 that time.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And here's Ingram.
And he's going to get this
And
one
he'll go down at the
45
45-yard line. 2nd and 7.
1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
And here's Ingram up the middle. And he'll go down inside the 35. 1st down Baltimore. A gain of 13 that time.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. He's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson.
1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw, and open is Hollywood Marquise Brown. And he'll go down at the 1-yard line.
Dropped at the 1. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Oh, I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all,
the Steelers had left him wide open.
At the 1.
The Steelers had left him wide open that time.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's
Jackson, end zone, and he finds R.J. Griffin. Touchdown, Baltimore.
A 1-yard touchdown reception, and the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time.
With the defender in the area as well.
He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
That Lamar Jackson R.J. Griffin connection has been working out pretty well throughout this season, and it continues here as those two connect for a touchdown. Extra point is good, and it's 10-7 now in favor of Pittsburgh.
And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So here's Tucker to kick this one off. And Swisher's not going to return this one. This one's going to be a touchback.
End zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
And here's James Conner.
And not much to speak of.
And not much there. He picked up a gain of a yard.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's
Roethlisberger. And that one's caught by DeAnthony Abdul-Jabbar.
4 yards on the
A gain of 4, 3rd down.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position.
And Big Ben, he sacks Jarrett Jack. He picks up the sack that time, and that brings up a 4th down for Pittsburgh.
Top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decide to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night.
And this is going to be returned, and they'll bring him down at the 33-yard line. So the Ravens will take over.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list.
And here's Ingram.
What's the number 1 goal? Make the
And
playoffs.
down he goes at the 36-yard line.
Number 3, and I think
And the Ravens, they're going to let this one go to the end of the first quarter, as they're looking to get themselves to 10-1 on the season. Pittsburgh trying to get redemption. 10-7 Steelers.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Back here in Pittsburgh, set to start the second quarter. Ravens trying to get themselves to 10-1. Steelers trying to get redemption against Baltimore.
Jackson from the shotgun.
Jackson gets hit as he throws it, and it's incomplete.
And that'll fall incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 3rd down, on Jackson.
Jackson on 3rd down, and he finds Griffin, but he gets 3 yards, but short of the first.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And Switzer is not going to return this one, and they're going to spot this one at the 6-yard line. So Big Ben and the Steelers set to take over.
On the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground.
They're going to hand it to Connor.
And a gain of about 4 here.
He'll pick up a gain of 4, gets this to the 10-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Roethlisberger to throw.
Roethlisberger. And open is Eric Ebron. And he'll go down across the 20-yard line. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
First down. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So after that pass, 1st and 10.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger looking, and he overthrew his receiver. He had a man open.
The running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger once more.
Roethlisberger, and he's going to find Juju Smith-Schuster. But not much there. Now they have a 3rd and 8.
How these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive. It just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted.
Big Ben, and he goes down. Jarrett Jack. He picks up his 2nd sack in the ball game.
He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
I just don't. I don't know what's going on with that Pittsburgh offensive line, because like Roethlisberger, he's not playing pretty well. Only 46 yards throwing the ball, and they just continue to give up sacks.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
And here's Wilson. And he'll go down at the 38-yard line. And the Ravens will take over.
With a new set of downs. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing.
And Jackson, immediately he goes down. R.J. Smart bringing the pressure.
Back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game.
Where was the blocking for Baltimore?
Still a long way to go in this football game.
I mean, R.J. Smart just came through so easily.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson
throwing, and that was complete. Julian Wilson
A good pickup there, 13 yards.
He picks up 13 yards back, 3rd and 4.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson dancing to his left.
Jackson. And that one is caught by Griffin. And he'll go down at the 37-yard line. 1st down, Baltimore.
We call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson.
Jackson, and no one's open. He's sacked.
Take him down.
Cameron Hayward. He gets the sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson.
And he finds Julian Wilson. And he'll go down inside the 15-yard line. 1st down, Baltimore.
He got 29 yards that time. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback.
And here's Ingram.
Assignments down pat and kept them away from
And they'll bring him down right at the 10-yard line. A gain of 4.
Really good strike.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd
And here's
down,
Ingram.
it's Ingram. Only about a yard
And
there.
this time he only picks up a gain of a yard, brings up 3rd and 4.
This unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task.
3rd and 4. Jackson's going to run, but he's not going to get the first. Wes Gilmore with a huge tackle there. That brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So they're going to call on Justin Tucker for the Ravens field goal.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
This is a 26-yard field goal. And he's got this one to tie the game at 10.
And that will knot us up at 10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And Switzer, he's not going to return this one, so this one's going to be a touchback.
25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Steelers.
It's Connor.
Here's Connor.
And from the 25,
And he'll go down at the 29. A gain of 4 that time.
Toward the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 29, Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger throwing, and he connects with Eric Ebron. And he'll go down at the 45-yard line. First down, Pittsburgh.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Big Ben, and he's going to find Anthony Abdul-Jabbar. And down he goes at the 32. Now it's another first down for Pittsburgh.
That one for 14 yards and another first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And here's Connor.
It's Connor.
And he'll go down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 27,
Roethlisberger, and he's going to find Chase Claypool. And down he goes with another first down at the 15-yard line.
Yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now.
Roethlisberger, blitz coming. He's sacked.
He's sacked back at the 24.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack.
Roethlisberger, right side. And that one is caught by Eric Ebron. And he'll go down at the 8-yard line. A gain of 16.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter. Because he has such great skills, you want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
Roethlisberger. Oh, and that one's incomplete.
But it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And I guess the Steelers aren't leaving the field. Mike Tomlin doesn't want him to go for the field goal. He's telling his team to go for it.
They're going on 4th down.
And Roethlisberger, open is Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Juju Smith-Schuster, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone. Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down?
And here's Boswell for the extra point. And he's got it. And the Steelers with a 17-10 lead.
In the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So Boswell set to kick this one off. And this one's not going to be returned, as this one's going to be a touchback.
He will not attempt to return.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
And they're going to hand it to Ingram, and he goes nowhere. Out of that one. No gain that time.
No gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
When trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
They go play action with Jackson. Steps away to his
Jackson.
left.
And that one is caught. Julian Wilson. 1st down, Baltimore.
Across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Jackson on 1st down.
Jackson again. Throws again. And it's intercepted. R.J. Smart picks it.
And he'll get this back across the midfield. Strikeman down to the 47-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not.
And here's Connor. Toss to the right. And Connor with some room. And he'll go down inside the 30-yard line. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down.
Roethlisberger, and he's going to throw this one away.
No options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Roethlisberger, and open is the tight end, Vance McDonald. And he'll go down at the 10-yard line for Steeler first.
First catch at a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
1st and goal. Here's Connor.
And the Steelers are going to
And he'll go down at the 2-yard line.
Down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
At the Ravens' 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. Connor, and he's in for a Steeler touchdown.
Pittsburgh. James Conner with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And Boswell puts in the extra point, and now it's up to the lead is up to 14, 24-10.
James Conner, that was the exclamation mark.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So here's Boswell to kick this one off.
To kick it away after the touchdown.
And this one's not going to be returned, so this one's going to be a touchback.
It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake,
and here's Ingram.
Of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on
he'll
the
go
defense.
down at the 30, a gain of 5.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Jackson, and he fumbles again. And the Steelers pick it up. Wow. That's the second time that Jackson has fumbled. Man, the Steelers defense came prepared in this one. They came prepared tonight. That defense came prepared.
But the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
So the Steelers are going to take over in excellent field position. So it's not looking good for Baltimore. And here's Conner. And he'll go down at the 19-yard line.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Roethlisberger.
Big Ben looking to throw. And that's intercepted.
Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith.
Jimmy Smith. He picks it off. And he's going to return it for a pick 6 and a Ravens touchdown.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So Justin Tucker for the extra point, and he puts it in to make it a 7-point game.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And here's Switzer, and he's not going to return this one, so this one's going to be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them.
And here's Conner.
Because they don't think there should be
And
any
he'll only pick up a gain of a yard to the 26.
So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
He's looked pretty good to this point. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to
Roethlisberger. And open is the Anthony Abdul-Jabbar. And you go down at the 42-yard line.
16 yards, a first down.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Now Roethlisberger on first down.
Roethlisberger. And he's going to find Eric Ebron.
He's got him.
And down he goes inside the 40-yard line. First down, Pittsburgh.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger, and it's intercepted.
It's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
And he's going to find Mark Andrews. But they get to him in the backfield, losing yardage that time.
Unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help
Jackson over the middle of Julian Wilson.
It's complete.
And he'll go down at the 42-yard line.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left.
Jackson. And that one's caught. Willie Snead held on.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
A gain of 25 that time. So the Ravens, they're going to let this one go to the last few seconds of this first half, which has been a great first half for both sides.
Timeout called with 3 seconds to go, and of course they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half.
So Justin Tucker on for the field goal.
The field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be a 34-yard attempt.
And Justin Tucker puts it in. And we have ourselves a 4-point game at halftime.
So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Once again, hope everyone out there has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Settling down now to watch Thursday Night Football. Let's take a look ahead to what's coming here on the rest of this holiday weekend. Good matchups all up and down the schedule there. We'll highlight the one in Cincinnati. A big test coming up for the Bengals as they get set to take on the visiting New York Giants. Then later, they'll let the sun die down a bit in Tampa. A late start here in Florida, where it'll be the Buccaneers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And finally, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The first half for both teams have been pretty great. Only a 4-point game in this one. Steelers trying to hold on and get revenge against Baltimore.
Right, Coach,
Baltimore
we
trying to give themselves an advantage to get the seeding sweep of the Steelers. But we're gonna find out as Baltimore gets the ball to start the second half. And this one's not gonna be returned, so Baltimore will begin the second half at the 25.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
And here's Ingram.
And
not much there. He's brought down at the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd and 9.
Ingram again.
Ingram.
And he'll push his way
And he'll go down at the 32-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy
And it
with.
brings up a 3rd and 3.
Solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
3rd down.
Third and 3, Jackson, and he's not going to get there. The Steelers get to him in the backfield, brings up 4th down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
And Ryan Switzer's not going to return this one, but they're going to spot this one inside the 5 to the 4.
This will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
So Big Ben back out there for Pittsburgh. Even though his team does have the lead, he needs to get rid of those interceptions that he's thrown.
1st and 10.
Big Ben, and he's going to find the Anthony Abdul-Jabbar. And down he goes at the 18-yard line. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
Cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18.
And here's Connor.
Limited running room as
And he'll go down right at the 21. A gain of 3 that time.
Perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
They stay on
Here's
the ground.
Connor.
Here's Connor again. And he'll be taken
And
down
he'll
here
go
at about
down
the
at the
23-yard
23.
line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers. Because usually.
And Roethlisberger goes down. Jarrett Jack, his 3rd sack in the ball game.
It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Jordan Berry now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
So the Steelers, unfortunately for them, they go 3 and out, so they're going to punt it.
As he gets this one away.
And Julian Wilson, no return for him, and they're gonna spot this one at the 23.
Outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
And Jackson, he's sacked. Stephon Tuitt, he gets the sack.
In there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
To try again after the sack.
Jackson, and he's going to run. And Jackson fumbled again. And the Steelers pick it up. Are you serious? The third fumble for Jackson. Are you serious?
Indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their
That's the 5th turnover for that Ravens team.
In the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys.
And here's Conner. And down he goes at the 23. And just like that, Conner is now at the 100-yard mark, rushing.
What the defense was doing, I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, it's
Roethlisberger finding Chase Claypool. And down he goes at the 11-yard line. First down, Pittsburgh.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
First and 10, Conner. But he goes backwards on that one.
But this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11 now. From the shotgun, it's
Roethlisberger on 2nd and 11, finding Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down at the 3-yard line, bringing up a 3rd and 2.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move.
Roethlisberger, and this one's incomplete.
You get lost in coverage in the secondary.
So it brings up 4th and 2.
Found a secondary guy who sprang open.
And Mike Tomlin telling his team to go for it yet again.
Now 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger.
And Roethlisberger, and it's intercepted.
It's the rookie linebacker, Patrick Queen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You can't just keep
So not only did the Steelers not get the first, they turned it over.
And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
And that's the 3rd interception thrown by Big Ben. Which I don't even know if that's okay.
That first down run could not have turned out worse.
And your team is winning the game.
Came out on the field, their #1 mission keep them stacked up close to their goal line, and at worst, create great field position for their offense.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
And here's Jackson, and he just couldn't make it. Tackled at the 10.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
And Jackson, he's going to run again, looking for the first, and he's got it.
The first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back.
Jackson, left side, caught. Hollywood Marquise Brown, first down Baltimore. A gain of 29.
30 yards, 29 officially. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
And here's Jackson,
and he stopped immediately there.
He'll go down at the 46-yard line.
Second down.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Ingram. And he'll go down across midfield at the 47.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd.
Jackson, and that one's caught. Julian Wilson, first down Baltimore.
3rd down conversion. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. Half looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down.
And Jackson, he's sacked.
Taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Credit the sack to Corey Legion. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first
Jackson, and he's going to find Mark Ingram.
This is Ingram.
And they'll bring him down at the 21-yard line. Brings up a 3rd down.
Through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
On third down, Jackson.
And Jackson, he's sacked. Wes Gilmore, he finally gets the Jackson, and he takes him down.
We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight.
So Justin Tucker on for the field goal. And he's got it. And now it's a 1-point game.
Ravens 23.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. That'll be
And
taken
here's
about
Ryan
a yard
Switzer.
deep.
And he'll go down at the 33-yard line. Well, 23.
At their own 23-yard.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got
Big Ben, and this one's incomplete.
Where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and they come away with nothing. That's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it?
3-yard line.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger.
And that was caught by DeAnthony Abdul-Jabbar. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone could have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now
Roethlisberger gets hit as he throws, and it's knocked away.
He was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And Roethlisberger goes down. Jarrett Jack again.
He came in off the edge so
what is going on with that Steelers offensive line? Like all of a sudden they're not protecting Big Ben. Even though his team has the lead, you still have to protect your quarterback back there. Like, I don't understand it.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. To throw here, Roethlisberger.
Big Ben looking to throw again. This time on 3rd down, he finds Abdul-Jabbar. And he's got to steal a 1st down.
They're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
How you leave a receiver of that caliber that wide open on that play is absolutely beyond me. You've watched tape. You've gone over the scouting report. Your first move should be double or triple him and make sure someone else doesn't beat you.
Well, especially on 3rd down. That's what's really baffling. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw.
Roethlisberger, pressure coming at him again, and wow, the flag comes out. It looks like that they're going to move back.
In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger.
And it's intercepted again.
It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and they will set up shop at their own
The
46-yard
fourth
line.
interception thrown by Big
Just a
Ben.
little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature.
And
I'm
it's
also
not
wondering,
even his
is he
fault.
getting
The
fooled by what he's
offensive
seeing on
line
defense,
continues
or
to
is this
allow that
something
Baltimore
changed? Are they showing
defense
him things
to
different
get
than
at
what he
Big Ben.
expected? For the second
I don't know
week in
what
a
they're
row,
doing.
he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase
And
it,
Big
staying
Ben's
on
not
schedule,
even
staying ahead
mad
of the sticks, whatever
because
you
his
wanna
team
call it,
still has the
7 yards on
lead.
first down, that fits the
He's
bill.
doing this with his team in the lead. And here's Jackson. And he fumbles another one.
By the Steelers. And
Oh
the possession
my
is theirs at their
gosh.
own 43-yard line.
That's the 4th time he has fumbled in this game.
I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find
And
ways
Big Ben
to knock it
again
free.
he just decides to throw this one away.
No options, he throws it away.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his
Big
back.
Ben again gets hit, and it's another interception.
Seahawk Earl Thomas, and his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard
Wow, that's
line.
5 interceptions.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important
Wow.
part of the player is
With
those
his
6 inches
team
between
winning the
ears.
game,
Right now,
he
it's all those interceptions
he has
that are
thrown
going on. So
5
whoever his chief
interceptions.
confidant is on the sideline, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback. That's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
This wasn't the issue for Pittsburgh in their last game with Baltimore, but it seemed like it changed a bit.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm talking about every time Big Ben is about to go deep, he gets hit as he throws it. And then there's a defender set to pick it off. Gives the ball right back to Baltimore. And Ingram's taken down inside the 40 to the 37.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And he's sacked. Wes Gilmore. He picks up the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
And here's Jackson. He's going to run.
And the stop here
And he'll go down at the 38-yard line. 11 yards he got back, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer and how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes because you can call run blitzes in order to try to
Jackson
get more people to the point of attack.
downfield. Oh, and Willie Snead just couldn't keep his feet in bounds.
Complete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Similar to a shooter in
So
basketball,
Justin
just connected
Tucker
on the previous
on for the
shot.
field goal for
And then the set
Baltimore,
on the next play.
looking to give him the
Now,
lead.
guy made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And Justin Tucker's got it.
From 55 yards
And he
away,
gives
that
the
was
Ravens the
never in
lead.
doubt.
26. Steelers.
Their
24.
first lead in this game.
A Another drive bogs down, but for the 4th time, they're able to escape with 3 points.
And this last one gives them the lead, so that's a good thing. And
now, Big Ben, he's going to have to come back out there with 5 picks. What can the Pittsburgh Steelers do? Because they've had the lead the entire game, and those interceptions kept leading to points.
Steeler offense back onto the field. He's hoping to channel his first half play. They had the lead at halftime, was playing well. Flip the script here in the 3rd quarter a little bit.
I think he misses the Pee-wee days, you know, when you just got the orange slice.
And here's Connor.
And remember, weren't any real adjustments.
And he'll go down at the 30-yard line. And the Steelers, they're going to let this one go to the end of the 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters in a 2-point game.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. And Big Ben finds DeAnthony Abdul-Jabbar. And he'll go down across the midfield line at the 49.
21 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need.
And I'm pretty sure DeAnthony Abdul-Jabbar had to talk to Big Ben and let him know, keep throwing the football. Even though you do got 5 interceptions, keep throwing it. Just don't try to go deep every time.
One of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
And Big Ben, he goes down again.
He's taken down from the corner. Jimmy Smith blitzes for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Eluding the pressure right.
Big Ben. And that one's caught. DeAnthony Abdul-Jabbar.
Take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
It seemed like DeAnthony Abdul-Jabbar is mad.
Get closer for 3rd down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Big Ben. And that one's complete by Eric Ebron. And he's got to steal his 1st down.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now
Roethlisberger finding Abdul-Jabbar.
Again, it's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Again, a 5 on that throw.
Offense versus his own defense. Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Big Ben throwing, and that one's dropped.
Incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 5.
3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that one's incomplete. As he was trying to go to DeAnthony Abdul-Jabbar.
Battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been
So
coached
Chris
really
Boswell,
well to not
he's
show
out
that
there
he's
for
on the
Pittsburgh,
ground. You know,
looking to
they're always
give
talking
them the
about
lead
what?
right
Keep
back.
throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower
And
right now.
he's got
He's
it.
off balance, the passing
And
game's off
Chris
balance,
Boswell
the
gives the
defense
Steelers the lead right back. 27-26. This has been a good game so far.
Ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And they'll bring him down at the 23. So 12 minutes left to go in the fourth. It's a 1-point game in Pittsburgh.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
And here's Ingram, and he goes nowhere, losing yardage to the 22.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11, Jackson, and he's not going to get anything that time.
Call it no gain on the
No
keeper.
gain, and now it's 3rd down.
This time Jackson will throw it. Dancing to his left.
Jackson, pressure coming, and that one's going to be incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
On is the punter Cook, who sends it away.
And Switzer is not going to return this one, and they're going to spot this one at the 16-yard line.
15-yard line.
16-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's
Roethlisberger, and he's going to find the Anthony Abdul-Jabbar. And down he goes at the 34-yard line.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
From the 34 now, here's... Now a draw
and here's
play.
Connor. Up the middle, and he'll go down at the 44-yard line. 1st down, Steelers.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's out.
Right back to
Connor.
First. And a minimal gain.
And he'll go down at the 47. A gain of 3 that time.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds.
Roethlisberger, and that was complete. The Anthony Abdul-Jabbar.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard
The
line.
Anthony Abdul-Jabbar is trying to make sure that him and Big Ben connect on here in the 4th quarter. Even though Big Ben threw 5 interceptions in his ball game with the 1 touchdown. And here's Connor, and he goes nowhere, losing yardage to the 46.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Again,
and here's Connor again. And this time he'll go down at the 38.
A much more manageable 3rd and 3.
On the tackle. That's a gain of 8.
And you see Baltimore, they're the #1 defense in the league in the NFL this season, and they've given up 300 yards to this Steeler team.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw.
Roethlisberger, and he's going to find the Anthony Abdul-Jabbar. And he'll go down at the 14-yard line.
Conversion. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first
And
down.
Roethlisberger, he's sacked.
And he'll go down.
Wesley
Back at the
Wilkins
26-yard
picks up his first sack in this
It's never
game.
going to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Throwing on second and long. Roethlisberger.
And that's caught. DeAnthony Abdul-Jabbar.
He'll get it down to the 7. A nice pickup there, 19 yards.
A gain of 19. Now it's third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play.
Big Ben firing for DeAnthony Abdul-Jabbar. And he's got the Steelers a first and goal.
6 points. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Roethlisberger.
Big Ben, and it's knocked away. Great defense there by Marcus Peters.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Again,
Big Ben, and this time he finds Abdul-Jabbar. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on it and score a touchdown.
And Boswell puts in the extra point, and now it's an 8-point game.
As a 12-play drive, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Boswell to kick it off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this one's not going to be returned, so this one's going to be a touchback.
Their drive will begin at the 25. The Ravens offense back out there. Still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
Jackson, and this one's incomplete.
He threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
And Jackson, he's going to run. And he'll go down at the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected
And here comes the pressure of Jackson as he finds R.J. Griffin left side. First down, Baltimore. A gain of 22.
You know, Lamar
He's trying to keep the game alive.
First NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Jackson on first down. Steps away to his left.
Jackson downfield, and it's incomplete.
an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses
Jackson caught by Griffin. And he's got a first down for Baltimore. A gain of 16.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And Jackson throws as he gets hit, and it's incomplete.
And it took the ball off course.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him.
And Jackson, and he fumbled again. Oh my gosh. That's the 5th fumble for Jackson.
Pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Oh my goodness. The 5th fumble for Jackson. The 7th turnover for Baltimore.
A huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture.
And here's Connor. And he'll go down at the 40-yard line.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Again, it's Connor.
And here's Connor.
And he'll be brought
And
down.
he'll go down at the 44-yard line.
Give him 4 on the carry, and
Brings
it'll
up
make this
3rd
a
and
3rd
2.
and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So the Steelers continue to they continue to run the football. 3rd and 2. And Connor's not going to get there.
No chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away.
And Barry sends this one away, and this one's going to bounce into the end zone.
Into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating.
So Jackson and the Ravens
Had a drive going.
down by 8 still, looking to do something as Jackson finds R.J. Griffin downfield. And he takes this all the way inside the 20-yard line.
Out of their mouth here. A big play that time for the Ravens. 61 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
And here's Ingram. And he'll go down after a gain of 2.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes.
And Jackson's going to run again. And he'll go down, getting this to the 13.
Somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Jackson, and open is Willie Snead left side. And he'll go down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
That time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work.
Jackson, he's going to run again, but this time he pushes forward for a gain of a yard.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Second down and goal.
Jackson, he's going to run, and Jackson fumbles again. Oh, my goodness. The sixth fumble for Jackson. The Steelers are letting them know. They're saying no runs allowed. No runs allowed for Lamar Jackson.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's been a good workhorse.
Oh, my gosh.
He's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing
the
wrong with that.
eighth turnover for Baltimore.
That means everything's coming together for you.
And now the Steelers, they're looking to just waste this clock out so they could win this game. Man,
yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
6 fumbles for Jackson in this ball game. That's not good. Especially trying to run it by yourself.
Come up on second and a couple.
And they're going to stay on the ground with Conner.
And for one of the first times tonight,
and he'll go down at the 28-yard line. Brings up a 32.
A half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Third and 2.
3rd and 2. Now
Burger right side, and that's complete to Eric Ebron, and he's got a first down.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving at the 30-yard line.
And here's Conner. And they'll bring him down at the 33. And that's going to bring this one to the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game.
Baltimore's 7-game win streak is in jeopardy if they don't stop Pittsburgh.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
And here's Conner. And they'll bring him down at the 35-yard line. Now it's a 3rd down.
It's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
3rd and 5, a huge 3rd down, and Conner's not going to get there.
Short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this
and
one's
Wilson,
away.
He's not going to return this one, and this one's going to go in the back of the end zone.
Check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
So it's on the Ravens.
Down by 8, a minute 13 to play. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10.
Jackson and the Ravens. Down 8, a minute and 13 remaining. Their 7-game win streak is in jeopardy right here. And Jackson is sacked. TJ Watt. He was able to get the sack.
If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw.
Jackson. And that one is complete. Wait.
Going out of bounds.
Wait, how did he catch that ball?
Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it.
Wait just a minute. Hold up. Hold up. I need to see this again. How did RJ Griffin catch that ball? But Jackson was going to Julian Wilson. Oh. So the pass got tipped, and then RJ Griffin catches the ball. So he saves the game for now.
So
37 seconds left.
They're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
Jackson. Oh, and Marquise Hollywood Marquise Brown almost had it.
2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit because it's a 2-minute situation.
Jackson. Oh, he had a receiver. Wow.
During this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Blitz coming. Here's Jackson looking deep, and it's intercepted. RJ Smart. RJ Smart might have saved the Steelers.
Needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here.
Wow.
Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one, and that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
So Big Ben and the Steelers, they're going to take a knee.
We'll see if they want to use them. The Ravens going to use the second
wow.
of their timeouts.
The Ravens had so many chances to get the touchdown and 2-point conversions, but the back-to-back fumbles by Jackson is going to cost them, and then the interception, costly.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
And the Ravens use their third and final timeout. So with that, that is going to do it. The Pittsburgh Steelers. What a victory for them. Victory formations for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are going to get their revenge against the Baltimore Ravens as they go to 8-3 on the season. And with that, they also end the 7-game win streak of the Ravens as the Ravens fall to 9-2. Steelers win 34-26 in a good game.
And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills.
Both defenses came to play.
Linebacker, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Pittsburgh, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they go down to defeat for just the 2nd time in 11 games so far. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yo, you guys, I just don't know. I just don't understand what was the Baltimore Ravens thinking about. They had so many chances to get the game-tying touchdown and 2-point conversion. But that throw, that interception thrown by Jackson, RJ Smart, to be honest, I call him the player of the game. He saves the Pittsburgh Steelers, gets the game-clinching interception to give the Steelers the win at home as they get revenge against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Unbelievable. So the Steelers get the W, their 8th win on the campaign. So with that, they win 34-26. Baltimore, they had a bunch of chances in that fourth quarter to tie the game, but unfortunately they just kept turning the ball over when near the red zone. So here are the stats. Lamar Jackson, 383 yards thrown it, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, but got sacked 9 times. And don't forget about the 6 fumbles that he had. Big Ben, 388 yards thrown it, 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Now the interceptions for both quarterbacks, they've got to go. In their next game, they can't throw a lot of interceptions like they did in this one. Here's the running game. James Conner, a great performance by him, 33 carries, 143 yards, and a touchdown. Mark Ingram, 19 carries for only 92 yards, but he couldn't get a touchdown run. And Lamar Jackson, 18 carries for 56 yards, but don't forget, he fumbled 6 times, which led to the loss for Baltimore. And here's the receiving. D'Anthony Abdul-Jabbar, when he had told Big Ben, we can't go deep no more, because every time you do that, you're going to get hit as you throw the ball and it gets intercepted. And that kept happening the entire game. But D'Anthony Abdul-Jabbar, he was mad and he kept getting reception after reception. He finished with 15 catches, 214 yards, and he got a touchdown. RJ Griffin, 7 catches for 152 yards and a touchdown. Julian Wilson, 6 catches, 120 yards. Eric Ebron, 7 catches, 91 yards. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 3 catches, 77 yards. Chase Claypool, 3 catches, 36 yards. Willie Snead, 2 catches, 30 yards. Juju Smith-Schuster, 4 catches, 28 yards and a touchdown. Vance McDonald, a catch for 19. And Mark Ingram, 2 catches for 5 yards. So for Pittsburgh, they're still setting themselves as a major contender for the postseason as they move to 8-3. And in Week 13, they'll get another home test as they will take on the winless Washington football team. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, this is just their second loss on the season. It's not going to bother them towards playoff time, but they fall to 9-2. And in Week 13, they'll have a chance to bounce back as they have another Thursday night game with the Dallas Cowboys. And with that, the Thursday schedule has been completed. All 3 games are now in the books for the Thursday schedule for Week 12. The Houston Texans beating the Detroit Lions 36-33 in overtime. The Dallas Cowboys absolutely destroys the Washington football team 47-13. And as you just saw, the Pittsburgh Steelers winning in a close game against the AFC North leading Baltimore Ravens 34-26. So if you enjoyed this game, remember to smash that like button, and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And next up, we have ourselves the 1 o'clock schedule games. Those games are up next. And to begin it, we have another team that was 9-1, just like the Ravens, the Tennessee Titans, looking to bounce back after losing to Baltimore. They are in Indianapolis to face off with Phillip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts to begin the 1 o'clock schedule games. We have 8 total games in that 1 o'clock schedule. 8 games in that 1 o'clock schedule. But we are set for the 1 o'clock schedule games. But the 3 Thursday games are now in the books. We're set for the 1 o'clock schedule games. Titans and Colts are the first game.